Welcome to the Albert and Billy show. Hello, Papa.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Papa. We're filming on a different day than what we normally film. Filming in the morning time. I like this better, actually, in the summertime. This is not a bad idea. Wish I thought of this a long time ago, to be honest with you.
This beats the heat.
It does. It sure does. By a long shot. It actually feels good. I feel like fall might just be around the corner.
Well, I would say it comes
Starting
up later this month.
Yeah, and it's starting to feel like it a little bit. I'm just saying, you have moments of it. Trust and believe. I'm not saying that it's not hot, but there's just some moments where it does seem that way. And I welcome it.
Like I say, today the high will be in the 80s. That's better than 99 or 100.
Yes, it is. A lot better. It's not as humid. The humidity is what really makes it worse.
Yes.
Big time. So I'm back today, though. Thanks to our producer, Mr. Ethan, filled in for me last week. You guys did a good job, by the way.
Have you had any comments?
Yeah, y'all did good. It's been good. I thought it was good. I really did. So I'm back today, and I'm glad that it feels good outside. Feels good in here.
There
It's a
you
good
go.
time to come back. Well, Papa, let's see. We always have some announcements and birthdays. Today is September the 9th, correct? Okay, so I will go back to the 6th here, we'll say that. On September the 6th, happy birthday a few days late to Brent Measles and Riley Evans. Also, Tyler Sapp had a birthday on the 7th. Yesterday, belated happy birthday to Stephanie Smith, Kevin Whitson, and Cindy Hankins. Oh wait, never mind, she's today. These next three are today, so happy birthday to Cindy Hankins, Pamela Tabor, Rhonda Anderson. Happy birthday to Cindy, Pamela, and Rhonda. They're all having a birthday today, Papa. And then there's one tomorrow, and I love this lady, Tanya Robertson. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tanya.
I bet she's 29.
I bet she is too. She's going to love us for saying that. And I know she watches. Happy birthday, Tanya. Hope it's a happy birthday to all of you. Hope you had or having or will have a happy birthday. I think I covered all the bases there, didn't I?
There you go.
Oh yeah, and of course, you're watching us on, listen to us on WATAM 1110, watching us on channel 18 BTC Fiber Television, and be sure to get on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel, and you can watch us on there as well. And I'm gonna turn my phone off because apparently people just
They don't know.
don't know
you're
when
on-
to stop, do they?
They don't know you're on television
Yeah,
today.
usually it's somebody annoying. Yeah, it's a salesman or something. So we'll just we'll take care of this issue right now. But anyway, as I was saying, get on the YouTube channel, get on there, like and subscribe. I try to remember it all. Like, subscribe, comment. Preferably nice ones will be alright. And anyway, get on there and like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. You can see all of the Albert Billy Show episodes on there, and you can see all the original shows on BTC Fiber. So get on there and check it out, folks. And we got some announcements, Papa. Already done that one. Let's see here. The Fall Festival is going to be on October the 5th. That's going to be here before we know it. That's less than a month away now, Papa.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for a while, save the date, and now it's here.
Well,
Wow.
that's a big idea in
It is.
the whole town of Pikeville.
It is. I've always I've always liked the Fall Festival. Always liked it. It's always been good. And as I was saying, it is literally just around the corner. So the annual Fall Festival will be in downtown Pottsville once again. It's happening Saturday, October the 5th. Lots of family fun, craft food, vendors, music, and much more will be on display. They are still spots available for craft and food vendors. So that comes from Kessler and Moore with the Pottsville Chamber of Commerce. To apply, you can call the chamber office. The number to call is 447-2791. 447-2791. Live demonstrations and music are planned. Live demonstrations. I wonder what that's going to be.
Wow.
Interesting. Among the musical talent that'll be performing are Pottsville native Carrie Hassler, the Glenn Gary Unit, and the Back Row Band, which I like that name. Never heard of them, but I like that name. So they'll all be singing at the Fall Festival, and then of course they'll have the Kids Fun Zone back this year. They'll have inflatables, train rides, crafts, learning games, balloon animal artist. It says a balloon animal artist will be there. Well, they'll be busy the whole day then. I can promise you that. Magic shows will be scheduled. They are scheduled from 10 a.m. until 12 noon. The best part about the Kids Fun Zone is it's free. Wow, I didn't know that. Admission to the festival and parking are free too. Well, that is true. The day before the festival, on Friday, October the 4th, as always, the Chamber will be holding a golf tournament at Fall Creek Falls State Park Golf Course. And players will be assigned to hole to start at, and they'll continue from there until 18 holes are played. Registration fee will be $75 per person or $300 for a team of 4. Snacks and lunch will be provided to the players. Mulligans can be purchased 4 for $20. Individual players will be assigned a group on the day of the tournament. Cash and door prizes will be awarded. Cash prizes to be awarded first, second, and third place team winners. So can't beat that.
Well,
And
did
that's
you
traditionally
say
doing it.
$75 each individual?
That's what it says, or $300 for a team of 4.
Oh, a team of 4.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
good deal.
yes. So anyway, get ready for the Fall Festival, folks. It's just around the corner, and there's always a good crowd for that. Always. Let's see, Papa. I'll tell people about the gospel meeting at the Pottsville Church of Christ, because it is still going on. There's 2 more nights of that left. This is at Pottsville Church of Christ, right here in downtown Pottsville. They're right next door to us.
I would say that's the oldest church in town.
Yeah, those chances are good, high that that's correct. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. It's definitely, yeah, I don't ever not remember it. And they are having their gospel meeting this week. There's 2 nights left, folks. The speaker is Steve Brown.
He's from Dayton.
Okay, he's from Dayton, Tennessee, and it'll start at 7 o'clock tonight. And tomorrow night also at 7. And Wednesday at 7. So 3 nights left. So go check it out right here in downtown Pottsville. Hop skipping away from us here at WUAT. So go on there and check that out. And Papa, it's your turn.
The class that graduated here in Bledsoe County in 1989 is going to have their reunion. It's going to be Saturday. That'll be the 21st at the municipal building in my community down there. It's going to be at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the social hour. Then they're going to have the meal at 6. You must pay $20 per person to take part in this reunion. And let's see, this is going to be on the north. The tailgate parties planned on the north side of the field.
Cool.
And that's going to be September the 20th. At the Warrior football game. So the game begins at 7 o'clock, so they want you to come and be a part of this
Reunion.
This is class reunion
Yeah,
in
some
1989.
classes have been doing it that way.
Call Kimberly Johnson at 517-449-0480 if you want to take part in this. Then there we're reminded about the AAs having their meeting every Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they also meet on Saturday at 5 at First Southern Baptist Church here on Main Street in Pikeville.
Good
You may
deal.
call Ted at 423-619-3772. Also, there's going to be a fall festival out at the Mount Crest United Methodist Church.
That's right.
That's going to be on Saturday, September 14th. That'll be this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
This Saturday. And it's going to be from 9 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So they want everybody to come and take part, and there's going to be children and adult games. There's going to be prizes and crafts, pumpkin decorating, face painting.
Oh, they'll be busy.
A cakewalk. That's old-fashioned.
Yeah, I've noticed some benefits bringing that back, though. I like that.
I remember when I was a kid, they had cakewalks.
Yeah, it used to be a big thing, didn't it?
That was 100 years ago. So they're going to have entertainment provided by the children's choir at 10:30. At 10 o'clock, there's going to be puppets by Joyce Carol. I want to say pulpits. Joyce Carol is going to provide the entertainment with her puppets, and there's going to be gospel music at 11 o'clock. And the Agee family is going to provide the music at noon. I can't talk today.
The Agee family's good too. Now, where are they going to be at again? Is that the same?
This is at the Methodist Church out of Mount Crest.
Oh, okay, so the Agee family will be there too. Good.
Yeah. So that's good.
That is.
Then the class of 2004 is also planning a reunion.
Okay.
And this is a 20-year reunion.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be September the 21st at the home of Amanda Simmons Taylor.
Okay.
And this is going to be at 6 o'clock. So they want you to come and take part in this. This is 20 years.
I like that. Somebody hosting it. I like that better.
Why do you think they have reunions?
To reminisce and catch up, I guess.
Or to see how much people have aged?
So I'm sure some people probably do for that reason.
Then one of my classmates that graduated with me in 1953, Jeanette Thurman, is going to have her 90th birthday. This will be on Saturday, this Saturday.
Well, happy birthday to you too, Miss Jeanette.
It's going to be at the Shadyville Church of God.
Okay.
And that's going to be from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good.
So they want you to come and be a part of this special day with her. No gifts, just bring a smile.
I can see that.
And then they want you to...
She's a great lady.
She is. She always has a smile, and she's very talented.
She is, yeah.
Very talented lady. This church is located on 27 Lone Oak Road in the 9 Mile community.
That's right.
It's just a hop, skip, and jump from Pikeville.
About 9 miles down the road.
On this also on Saturday, there's going to be a benefit for Kenny Knowles. It's going to be held at the fairgrounds here in Pikeville.
For
Kenny Knowles.
For Kenny Knowles, okay. Medical bills and expenses. Okay.
This is going to be from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock. And this is going toward his medical expenses.
Okay.
So these are some of the things that they will have.
They're bringing back the cakewalk too.
Auction, raffles. And cakewalk.
What about
that? This is what you'll get to eat. Hot dogs and chili, nachos and cheese, pulled pork plates.
Sounds good to me.
Potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, popcorn, ice cold water, and soda. And they have a picture here of Kenny and his wife. So they want you to call at 423-718-7975. That will be Kenny's number. Tina has the number is 423-718-3228.
That's
And Riley has the number 423-435-8700.
8700, do you remember? Yeah. It's at the fairgrounds.
Don't forget, this is to help Kenny with his medical bills and the expenses.
Which it can be overwhelming, so it's for a good cause.
Overwhelming is a good word, Billy.
Well, I can think of a lot of other words that I can't say on here.
Don't forget our fall festival, October the 5th.
Yeah, we'll keep reminding you folks of that because, like Papa said earlier, it is a big event here, and it's always a success. Always. I don't think I've ever seen it not be.
It is a town will be full.
Yeah.
Town will be full.
Well, we'll do since you got the sponsor list out already, I'll say our sponsors real quick here, and then we'll do some trivia. Can't wait for that. Anyway, though, here's a quick thank you to our sponsors. We thank each and every one of you. So a huge thank you to the following people and businesses. A big thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's of Pikeville, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance, Morgan Brothers Barbecue, along with the Bank Walker Brewery and the Pikeville Family Restaurant. Waffles, they're good. Nicaro Antiques, obviously our closest neighbor here. State Farm Insurance. Also, Nicaro Antiques, you saw us a few weeks ago. We filmed at their new business, Spring Street Antiques, as well. And Milldam Outdoor Adventures, it's Lola's. She's back open. She just stopped skipping away from us here too. Right here on Main Street. Lee Station Baptist Church, the Daily Stop. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. That they lost an employee, real sad.
His picture was in the paper.
Yeah, it's in the paper. Yeah, he got hit.
He was walking home.
Yeah, that's happening too much here lately. I can think of 3 incidents in less than a year. So I think that's something that's going to have to be addressed for sure. We don't want to see that continue to happen. But I hate that though. Yeah. Also, a big thank you to It's Quilting Time. They're at the old Loom location, and Dr. Smith and the Lucky Star. They had their big bash, this weekend for Labor Day, and it was a success. They raised a lot of money for the kids of Bledsoe County for Christmas. I can't remember the exact amount, but they had a good turnout. They raised a lot of money, so that's a win. And Dexter's Barbershop. I was told, Leonda said we'll have to line something up to go to Dexter's and film. He wants us to film at his barbershop. That's a good idea. That would be a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
He would be a good guest. So we'll have to take him up on that request sometime.
Can't believe that.
I know it. All right, well, now it's trivia time.
All right, well, I just happen to have some.
I'm sure you do.
The coach at Georgia,
Oh, maybe it'll be sports questions today.
Bobby Dodd, was coach at what school?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
The Ramblin' Wreck at Georgia Tech.
That's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
You did not remember when he coached, but you heard of him.
Yeah. Yeah, because it ain't like they've had a whole bunch of good, great coaches at Georgia Tech.
Yes, they have. Georgia Tech used to be in this Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, when I think Georgia Tech, though, I think more basketball. They used to be good at basketball. I don't think they're good at anything anymore, but they did get a big win over Florida State in football this year.
I remember football more than I do basketball.
Really?
Okay, with what sport do you associate Man of War with? Man of War was
football.
What is?
Football.
Man of War.
Is that a name?
That's the name of
Athlete?
of
That's a person's name?
I'm not going to say it's a person. Man of war.
Is this not a sports question, is it?
It is sports. But it's
Lifeline?
Just a guess, but was it a horse?
not a horse.
Okay, thank you.
Horse racing.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
Wow.
We remember the name Richard Petty from what
Oh,
sport?
yeah. From racing.
Car racing.
Yeah. He's famous.
The University of Maryland had a mascot. What was their mascot's name?
I would think I don't know what its name is. It'd have to be a turtle, though.
A tortoise. Or
Tortoise,
terrapin.
yeah, because they're the Maryland Terrapins. I guess. So I guess a
Terrapin.
terrapin is the top of turtle.
Okay, with which baseball team do you associate Harry Carey with?
Chicago Cubs.
Chicago Cubs.
He was very famous.
Not as a player, but
No, as an announcer. Oh, people, and he was an announcer for a long time when the Cubs were terrible. I mean, terrible.
they just turned
They
in to
watched
tune
for
in to
him.
listen to him.
Yes.
He sang the
Seventh
take me out
inning
the ball game
stretch,
in the seventh
yeah.
inning stretch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. What pitch made Phil Niekro famous?
Mm.
Phil Niekro, he pitched for the Atlanta Braves.
A pitch made him famous?
A pitch.
One pitch.
One pitch.
How did one pitch make him famous?
That's what he was special. His special was,
Oh,
you got 4 pitches that you pitch.
knuckleball?
Knuckleball.
Okay, yeah.
That was a guess, wasn't
Yes, it was.
it? Okay. To switch over, who authored The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer?
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain.
Ooh.
Boy, you're batting 100.
Yeah.
True or false? The oldest bowl game in the world is the Orange Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
True or false? Orange Bowl.
That's a tough one. Let me think here. I'm gonna say false.
This is false.
Oh, good. I don't know if I'm right, but maybe the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl is the
Yes.
oldest bowl.
Yes.
What about that? You
I get
did
well?
real well. You did well.
I got 100 on that test.
No, you had to have help on
Oh, I
that
had a
course.
lifelong on that one, yeah. But still, that was pretty dang good.
That was dadgum good. Dadgum good.
Well, all right, since I aced trivia, folks, stick around. Coming up after the break, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you and some good old Albertology and jokes. That's all coming up right
Yes.
after the break, so stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, connecting the Sequatchie Valley to the world.
At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert Billy Show here on WUAT and BTC Fiber TV, Channel 18, or on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Welcome back, and it's time for some sports of all sorts, Pawpaw. Mainly football.
Mainly football, because Saturday,
U.S. Open, the U.S. Open football, basically.
Well, football is Saturday was in our it's in our rear view mirror.
And it was great. Tennessee demolished North Carolina State. Demolished.
Well,
It wasn't even close.
wasn't North Carolina State ranked number
Yes.
10?
Yes. So Tennessee proved that I was right when I said that ranking seemed a little low for them at 15.
Well, you know what our U ranking is? Number 7.
Number 7's what I thought. Yeah, that sounds more like it.
But North Carolina State was ranked number 24, not 14.
Mm-hmm.
They were behind us, but we didn't.
Yeah,
get
but
that
we beat them like a drum, though.
51-10.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rout.
That was a rout.
It was fun to watch, though.
Well,
Our coach, one good thing about it, it's a fun style of football, and they put a lot of points on the boards.
you know that last year for the whole football scoreboard, every team that's involved, we had the quickest time between snaps of any
I can see
college
that.
team in the nation.
I can see that.
27 seconds between snaps, I think.
I bet.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine
That
the man
offense,
that ran
though.
all the way down the field? He's got to get back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's rough on him.
Okay, Georgia, number 1, took on Tennessee Tech. That was a gimme.
Of course.
48-3 was the final score.
I would have expected nothing less.
I'm sure they soft pedaled the last half.
Probably. I mean, surely they
They
did.
should
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, Alabama.
Beat South Florida.
They won handily, 42-6.
I wouldn't say, yeah, it looks like they won handily. It does. But I don't know if I would say that. They did end up winning handily, but they didn't do it until the end. It was a close game for a long
Third
time.
quarter, I think, is when
Yeah.
they separated themselves.
I think it was like a 5-minute stretch, basically, where Alabama finally
Asserted
woke up or
themselves.
whatever, and they made a huge run during that time.
There was one occasion where a Southeastern Conference team confronted the Southeastern Conference team. That was
Okay.
Kentucky and South Carolina.
Oh, who won that one?
South Carolina won.
Okay.
I don't have the score down,
But South Carolina won.
but South Carolina won.
Well, I mean, that don't shock me.
But Kentucky, bless their heart, they just couldn't beat South Carolina. Shane Beamer he's a good coach.
He is, yeah. Now, they don't have that good quarterback this year, but I'm sure he's recruited well, though.
But Vanderbilt came up with win number 2. They beat Alcorn State 55-0. Can you imagine Vanderbilt winning 2 games in a row?
Well, who'd they beat last week? Mount Airy?
I don't think they play Mount Airy. But then our Southeastern Conference team, Arkansas, took on Oklahoma State. Oklahoma
Well,
State won 39-31.
yeah,
So they gave a good account of themselves.
they did.
And
They
that was
did.
in 2 overtimes.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, they're legit, so no shame in that.
So there was a loss.
Yeah,
And then South Carolina and
Beat
Kentucky, that
Kentucky.
was a loss. So
that was
then,
a win and a loss, I guess.
Then when Ole Miss took on MTSU,
Boy, yeah.
we knew that would be another win for the Southeastern
Ole Miss
Conference.
Rebels, yeah.
45-3, I think, was the final score. And Mississippi State took on Arizona State, and Arizona State won 30-23.
Another close
So
one,
that
though.
was another loss for the Southeastern
Yeah. I get Arizona. Is the Pac-12 still a conference? I guess they're still in the Pac-12, or I don't know where they're at. This stupid conference thing is, well, like I said, it's stupid. It's hard to keep up with.
I don't know where they are.
I don't either.
Big 12 and
Big 12's still around, but I don't know if the Pac-12 stayed a conference or not.
I don't.
They're the ones that really got done wrong during all this.
I was thinking it's more like Pac-10.
It might be now. That's what it used to be originally.
Okay, Florida took on Samford, and Florida won. I don't have the score there.
Well, it was Samford. It wasn't close.
It wasn't close.
But I loved watching Miami the week before beat them like a drum.
Then Texas A&M took on McNeese,
Yeah, McNeese State
and
beat
they
them.
won 52-10.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M needed a break.
They did. They really did.
Then Oklahoma at number 15, and they pulled up into the top 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They took on Houston, and Oklahoma won 16-12. That's still close.
That is close. It amazes me. Houston, they're good at football and basketball, and they're I consider them more of a mid-major than anything.
That
So it's
amazes me too.
amazing that, yeah.
But they must be a major.
I
And
know.
Texas took on Michigan, and that was
Oh,
a
that
big,
was a big game,
that was a big game.
but Texas destroyed them.
I think Texas pulled up to number 2 in the new rankings.
I can see that. Now Michigan, yeah, they are the
They were number
defending
10,
champ.
I think.
They were over. See, they didn't deserve to be that high ranked. They got that ranking for being the defending champs. But
won't-
a lot of that team's gone now.
They won't get any rankings now.
No, they lost a lot of players from that championship team.
Texas won 31-12.
Mm-hmm.
Then LSU took on Nichols, Nichols.
They destroyed them.
so 44-21.
Well, they give up too many points.
They
if you
got
ask
up a
me.
lot of points.
They might let the bench play more.
Then Missouri took on Buffalo, and Missouri won 38-0.
Missouri's good.
They are good, but they've not been ranked.
I don't know how, because they were good last year too.
Auburn took on California, and the California upended Auburn Tigers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
21-14.
So I don't know where California. I don't know where Cal's at either, because of the Pac-12 situation.
So we won 12 and lost 4.
But one of those losses was a win-win, so to speak, because it was South Carolina over Kentucky.
South Carolina over Kentucky.
So not bad.
But anyway, I'm still proud of the SEC.
Well, yeah, they're loaded. They're absolutely loaded. Like they're already loaded before Oklahoma and Texas even come. This whole thing is really stupid. I can't say that enough, but it's just
I
made it
think-
that much more hard to win.
I think in the new rankings, we've got 5 teams in the
Probably, because Ole Miss might be in the top
10.
10. Ole Miss, if they're not in the top 10, they're close, because they're good too.
They're in the top 10.
I thought so. And I say watch out
So
for
it's
Ole Miss
Georgia,
this year.
Alabama, Tennessee's number
Tennessee
7,
now, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, and Missouri, I think, is in the top 10.
You said they weren't there. I knew they was ranked this year.
I believe we got 5 in the
Last
top 10.
year, Missouri finally got ranked. You know, they had a really good year last year. Their coach, they must be a good coach they got at Missouri, because Missouri has never been an outstanding
No,
football program. So he must be a good coach.
but I'm sure Kentucky's chomping at the bit now.
Yeah, play somebody.
Stoops, Bob Stoops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure Auburn is trying to figure out what to do to win a game, and Mississippi State.
Mississippi State, they were close losses though. I guess they can, at least they weren't blown off the field or
And
nothing
I
like
thought
that.
Arkansas should have won.
Well, now that game was real close though. That was the double overtime game.
Yeah, double overtime.
But Oklahoma State though, I mean that's there's no shame in that. Oklahoma State is legit.
But the 2 teams that entered the
They
Southeastern
won.
Conference this year was Texas and Oklahoma.
Mhm.
They're not going to be pushovers.
No, by no means, and I knew they wouldn't be, because
And
that's 2 of the
Texas-
teams that have dominated the Big 12 for a long time.
Texas is on our schedule.
Of course,
Tennessee.
of course. I wonder where they play at though. If it's in Knoxville or
I
if it's
do
in
not
Austin.
know.
We'll have to look into that.
But on last Friday night, our Warriors from Bledsoe County took on Sell Creek,
And destroyed them.
and the final score was 49-8.
Yeah, Bledsoe played well.
Good ball playing, buddy.
Bledsoe is good.
They're 3-0 now, and we take on York Institute next Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday.
I think we're favoring that. I don't know. I'll admit I don't know much about York this year.
I think they're ranked.
Oh, well, then it might be a good game then. It probably will be.
Anyway,
But Bledsoe is too, I believe now. Bledsoe's ranked, and they deserve to be.
They should be.
Yeah,
They played at the Johnny Boynton
that's
Stadium.
right. I'm glad they got that big win there.
In golf, big news.
Oh, really?
The PGA recognized the LIV, and it's been another conference, and so the
Which is
PGA
what?
just ignored them.
Yeah, because what are they? The one where it's in the Middle East where they're doing that, or
Well,
overseas?
It was just a competing conference.
They
Some of
kinda-
the same players
Yeah,
that
I
used to
remember
play
when they
the
done it.
PGA joined the LIV.
Wasn't it like last year they started doing this though? It's recent.
Well,
they offered
there's-
more money.
There's going to be a confrontation.
Of course.
You're going to have Shuffler and McElroy playing DeChambeau and Koepka. So it's going to be the PGA versus
Against
the
them?
LIV.
That's gonna be weird, and
Well, it should have been though.
yeah,
If you got another competing conference, you
They
got
didn't really
competing
want-
players play each other.
yeah. But the only thing is that's kind of different because it's a professional sport, and it's just been the PGA. Like I
That's
don't
all it's been.
understand that really. The other league pays a lot more money
They
though.
pay a lot more money to get people
I
involved.
remember when all this started. It wasn't long ago, about a year or two ago, is when this started. So that'll be interesting to see how that continues to play out.
It's going to be interesting.
It really is.
It's going to be interesting.
U.S. Open though, congratulations. At least 2 Americans made the finals.
Fritz got
Taylor
beat.
Fritz lost. He made. He had never. Well, actually, neither one of them. On the men's, Taylor Fritz, American. He had never been past the quarterfinals of a major. He made the final, and he lost to number 1 Jack Sinner, Italy. But still, that's a great finish for Taylor Fritz. And then on the women's side, Jessica Pegula, who is already a multi-billionaire. She's the daughter of the owner of the Buffalo Bills. So she's not playing for money, but she's good. And she had never been past the quarterfinals at a major either. And she made it to the final. So that's kind of cool. 2 Americans that have never been past the quarters, they finally do it and make the final of a slam at their home slam. That's good. And they both, and Pegula, that was a close match on the women's. She lost to Ariana Sabalenka. Sabalenka is a very good player, though. Very good player.
She's not real old either.
No, and she's powerful. She hits the ball very hard.
I read last Friday, I don't know if you remember it or not, but about Roger Federer. He said he devised his plan to attack the strengths of his opponent instead of their weaknesses.
Which is
He said-
different, yeah.
And that's one thing.
But it worked.
It worked.
I miss him playing because he was fun to watch. He had every shot in the book. But I told you I like players that play that style. Because in the men's and women's game in tennis, it's a lot of them just want to hit the ball as hard as they can. And you don't want to just see that all the time. Because when you play that high risk game, if you're off, it's not too much fun to watch either because it's just unforced error after unforced error,
Unforced error.
And so I don't think it's smart to play just one way like that. It's better to have other shots, at your disposal. So I like watching players like him that have every shot in the book.
I like that.
Well, Albertology, let's get wiser.
This
It made
is
me
just,
smarter, Papa.
this is just an oddball tidbit.
Okay.
This month, back in 1863, September the 18th, 19th, and 20th,
Oh.
during this Civil War, that's when the Battle of Chickamauga
Oh,
and Chattanooga was fought.
no way.
This month.
Well, I did not know that.
I didn't think you did, so I wanted you to know that.
And I bet a lot of our listeners and viewers did not know that either, so now you know.
Well, the Civil War is a very important part of our history,
Mm-hmm.
even though it was shameful.
Yeah.
That some families split over the
Mhm.
issue of slavery.
I'm
and,
sure.
5 days after the Civil War ended, that's when President Lincoln was assassinated.
I know.
So the Civil War left an ugly streak in our history,
Mhm.
but it was a necessary thing. It had to be. I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it had to be, but it was coming to a head, and
Well, yeah.
that's what happened. And it lasted for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
1861 to 1865.
Yeah.
And no telling how many people lost their lives on both sides.
Well, that's true. But, yeah. Yeah, you're right, though. Had to happen.
Carol and I
You have to fight back.
Carol and I visited some of the cemeteries and some of the Civil War battles where they
Mhm.
were fought. And we've been to Chickamauga. We've been to
Chickamauga Valley.
Shiloh. And
Mhm.
it was very interesting to
Yeah.
see just how devastating it was.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, this subject right now that I'm going to discuss, I've got 3 objects that were invented, and these are simple things, but somebody had to invent them. So I want you to listen to these 3 things. The first one is a safety pin. In 1849, a New York inventor named Walter Hunt had a problem. He was too broke to pay the employee he owed $15 to. So the employee gave him an out, and he said, "I'll forego this $15 debt if you give me the rights to whichever invention you invent next. But I'm going to give you a single piece of wire to make this invention with. I'll forgive you the $15.
Wow.
So he was a good inventor. He had
Apparently.
invented a fire engine warning gong. He invented a stove that burned hard coal. That's the man that gave us this hard coal burner. And he gave us an early sewing machine. Then for all his skill, he was not able to come up with any profit on any of his inventions.
Well, that's shameful and sad for him.
This sewing machine that he invented, he decided not to market it because he didn't want to put seamstresses out of work. Let me tell you something. This
Wow.
is a true story. Will Rogers bought a tractor, parked it. His wife said, "Will, why are you parking this tractor you bought?" He said, "I don't want to put farm laborers out of work." So this man that
Wow.
invented the sewing machine decided not to patent it because he didn't want to put seamstresses out of work. Can you believe that? But
No,
he had no money.
but I mean, that's really, really good. He must have been a really good person. But dang, he should have got some money for himself.
So he had this piece of wire, and this employee said, "I'm going to give you this piece of wire. You come up with an invention." So he worked for 3 hours, and he twisted this 8-inch piece of wire, and he came up with the world's first safety pin.
That's crazy.
It had a clasp at one end, a point at the other end, and a coil in the middle to act as a spring. So he called it a dress pen instead of a safety pin.
Oh.
But did he give the employee his invention right? No, he patented it himself. He got $400 for his invention. He kept the $400, but paid the employees $15 he owed him.
Well, shoot.
So since he made that invention, millions of safety pins have been bought and sold.
Did he ever get money for any of it?
All he got was $400.
Wow.
The
I
can
feel
opener,
for him on that.
can opener's number 2. We use a can opener, we don't think anything about it.
Right.
But the metal can was introduced in 50 years before the can opener was invented.
Okay.
So they
Wow.
had came up with a way of canning, processing food, but no way to cut it open.
And that's
So-
wait 50 years.
An English merchant developed the tin canister, and in 1810 he figured out a way to preserve foods in that can, but he did not know how to get it open. So he said, take a chisel and a hammer.
Wow.
So British soldiers didn't carry a chisel with them. So that didn't work. So they said, use a knife or a bayonet. So some people shot a can opener with their rifles.
Wow.
48 years later,
Oh.
in 1858, a man named Ezra Warner came up with a can opener that looked like a bent bayonet, but it had a curved blade that when you drove it down into the rim of the can, you could force the perimeter to cut off the top.
Okay.
But it was dangerous. So grocery stores that sold canned goods, they would provide a can opener there, and you had to take the can with you open.
Oh, really?
So that was not a very big hit.
I'd
Then
say
in
not.
Then when the Civil War broke out in 1861, there was a sudden urgent need for food that could accompany the soldiers when they went to battle.
Yeah.
So people still needed an easier way to open the cans. 60 years later,
Dang.
a Connecticut inventor named William Lyman had the answer. In 1870, he patented the cutting wheel can opener that we use
So
today.
he did patent it at least.
He did patent it. And in 1925, the Star Can Company of San Francisco added this wheel that holds the can in the low, helps it rotate.
Yeah.
But amazingly, the most modern version of the can opener still looks and acts the way it did today.
Yeah. But yeah. It
Number
hasn't really
3.
changed, has it?
Number 3, the straw that we suck or lemonade with and
We drink
Whatever.
out of, yeah.
Marvin Stone liked mint juleps, but in
He did.
1880, every day after he got through with his paper cigarette holders in his factory, he would go and get a mint julep. And
Yeah.
he would take this mint julep home with him, but he would be careful not to hold it with warm hands because he wanted the mint julep to taste the way he had bought it. But he had a hollow piece of straw that he drunk this mint julep through. They didn't have soda straws.
Oh, well, yeah.
So he didn't
Makes
like
sense.
the taste that he had from the straw, from the old straw. So one day he watched his cigarette holders being wound out of paper. So he hit upon the idea of taking a pencil and wrapping it in paper and then sliding the paper off that pencil, and he could suck this mint julep through the paper straw.
Wow.
But that didn't work because it had to have glue and everything. So he kept on working and working, and so finally
Well,
he
I'm noticing a lot of trial and error. Yeah.
trial and error. And lemonade was a popular drink, but he made a straw that would hold a seed out of a lemon in case it came through.
That was smart.
He made it big enough. So in 1890, the
smart.
Stone cigarette holder factory was producing more soda straws than it was cigarette holders.
Wow.
But today, soda straws are made out of paper, not paper, but plastic.
Plastic, yeah.
But straws are we take them for granted.
Yeah.
We take them for granted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like a lot of things, really.
these are household origins.
Household origins.
These are originated from everyday use. Somebody had to come up with the idea.
Gotcha.
Okay, water beds.
Yeah.
You would think that water beds are something that's just been invented, but 3,500 years ago,
God.
people slept on water beds.
Whoa. Never really thought
Persians-
that ever.
The Persians would sew goat skins together, and then they would fill them with water and let them let them out in the sun and get warm. And they thought if you had any problems with your back or whatever,
Oh.
you could sleep on that water bed and it would help you. That was 3,500 years ago.
I know. That's
But
hard to believe.
In 1853, Dr. William Hooper saw the beds as a medical device that could be used to treat bedridden
Bedridden.
patients with their bed sores. Carolyn got bed sores.
Yeah. A lot of them do.
So it was not until 1967 that somebody came up with the design that made it practical.
1967.
67. Binoculars.
Binoculars, wow.
We wouldn't think about a binocular, but
No.
in 1608, eyeglasses were made by Hans Lippershey, and he noticed that when
Who?
Hans Lippershey,
What a name.
he was from Dutch descent, and
You can tell.
he noticed that he looked through two lenses, both of them at a church steeple. The steeple looked bigger, so he came up with the idea of,
How's
he
that?
called it a looker, but he came up with the idea of
Yeah.
binoculars.
That's pretty cool then.
Bi-
That really is.
Bi means two. Binoculars.
Wow.
I did not realize that.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Didn't know none of this stuff.
These are some random facts.
Well, since we're on random today, might as well keep it going.
Jell-O had 4 flavors that flopped.
What now? That
4
flopped?
flavors that flopped. They tried them and they didn't work.
Really? Do tell.
Cola, coffee, apple, and celery.
Oh.
They didn't work,
No wonder.
so they quit making them. The 5 greatest American generals. This was on a poll taken in 2000.
Okay.
George Patton was number 1. Dwight Eisenhower was number 2.
Okay.
Douglas MacArthur was number 3.
Okay.
Colin Powell was number 4. And number 5 was George Washington.
Oh, there you go. What about that?
Do you realize there's been 10 animals used in space?
10 now?
10.
I knew about a monkey and maybe
Okay.
a cat and a dog.
A chimp was number 2.
Okay.
A cat and a dog. Dog was number 1. Bulldog was number 3. Cat was number 4. Tortoise was number 5.
What?
Bee was number 6. Cricket was number 7. Spider was number 8.
Whoa!
Fish was number 9. And you'd never guess number 10.
Snake.
A worm.
A worm.
A worm.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. That's crazy.
You remember the movies, The Magnificent Seven?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the 7 men.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's hear that.
Robert Vaughn,
Okay, Robert Vaughn.
Steve McQueen,
Yeah.
Brad Dexter,
Okay.
James Coburn,
Yeah.
Horst Buchholz,
What a name.
Joel Brenner, and Charles Bronson.
Ah,
I didn't know two of them.
Charles Bronson. I remember him. He had a bunch of good movies though.
Okay.
You remember Charles Bronson, don't you?
Yes. I remember all of them except two.
Okay.
They're all good actors in their right.
Yeah.
Return of the sequel. Home Alone was one thing that garnered a rerun. There was
Oh
Home
yeah, he
Alone
got a
2.
sequel. He got 2 sequels.
They came up with Home Alone 3.
They sure did.
Home Alone in 1990, it got more than $280 million.
I believe it. Everybody wanted to see it.
Macaulay Culkin became an overnight
He
success.
sure did.
He
Didn't
was the
handle
biggest-
that. Didn't handle that fame very well, but yes.
He was the biggest child star since
Mhm.
Shirley Temple. Then he came out with Home Alone 2 and 2 years later. And by
Another big hit.
and it did well.
Mhm.
But when Home Alone 3 came into production,
They used a different
he
kid.
was too old. He was
Yeah.
17. And he was too expensive. He wanted more money.
Yeah.
So the filmmakers cut and they started a whole new family. A
Yeah.
new son, a new everything.
Yep.
So they said, the critics said better stay home alone. Didn't work.
No, it's not as good. He was a very talented child star too, but I'm not surprised that it caused him a lot of issues personally. I mean, you could tell it was going to even when he was a kid, because I think his parents were fighting over money and stuff like so. I'm not surprised but he's doing a lot better now though. I saw him in an interview really not that long ago, and he's a lot better now. He doesn't really want to act anymore though. He doesn't want to, but he's a lot better now because he really had some issues for a long time dealing with the fame. But he's as we hear sirens, as you can tell, guys. Yeah, he's a lot better now though. He seems healthier and just doing better. A whole new outlook, you know. He and had his girlfriend. I don't know if they were. I don't know if it was girlfriend or wife yet. I'm not sure, but she was child star too on Disney Channel. Brenda Song was her name, and he was giving her a lot of the credit. Like she's helped him come a long way. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
weird that you say that because yeah, I saw him in an interview and I couldn't tell you when. This was just a few weeks ago.
I would think when a movie is really good,
Mhm.
it's normal to think, well, I'll do while it's fresh on everyone's mind, I'll do a rerun. But not everyone can do that.
No,
Not
no.
everyone can do
The
that.
sequel's not always the best idea.
But you know why people want to do cash in on success?
More money.
More money. Greed.
Greed, yeah.
Greed.
A lot
Okay,
of greedy people.
these are some odd thoughts
Okay.
from over.
We should call it Oddballology today.
I misplaced our Christmas list. Now I haven't the slightest idea who our friends are. If you lend a friend $5 and never see him again, it was worth it. It's easy to tell who your real
Oh,
friends
my
are.
God. That's
They're
so
the ones
true.
who stab you in the front.
Oh,
Best-
wow.
The best way to lose a friend is to tell him something for his own good.
Boy, ain't that the truth? Yes.
This is Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
That's right. That's right.
Proverbs 27 says, iron sharpeneth iron, so
Yeah.
a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Oh.
To a friend's, this is a Dutch proverb, to a friend's house the road is never long.
Oh. I like that.
I've got on my refrigerator, May your journey always lead you back home.
That is true. I like that.
The three sweetest words to mortals given are heard in the words mother, home, and heaven.
Oh yeah,
Home
that's
is,
so true.
Home is very. I can
Comforting.
remember when I was a kid, I walked home from school every day for dinner. When I hit the door, I would say, "Mama." I wanted to know my mother was at home.
Exactly.
Mother, home. That's two of
Exactly.
the words.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
A friend is never known till he is needed.
That's so true.
Prosperity makes friends and adversity tries them. A true friend is one soul in two bodies.
Wow,
That's
that's true.
Aristotle. That's Greek
Wow.
Greek theology. Chance
Wow.
makes our parents, but choice makes our friends.
That is true.
William Shakespeare
Wow.
said this, I am wealthy in my friends.
I like that.
Whoever blushes is already guilty. True innocence is ashamed of nothing.
Good point.
I used to be Snow. This is Mae West.
Oh,
I used to be Snow White, but I drifted.
big time.
This is Benjamin Franklin. This is the last one. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write things worth reading or do things worth
Boy,
writing.
isn't that the truth? That was blunt but true.
It was true.
Well, those were good. Some of them were just good as jokes, Papa.
Well, now we're
Some of
ready
those-
for it.
Those
We're ready
true
for some-
things are fun.
They were good.
They were.
Okay, I'll do some jokes now.
All right, let's hear some jokes. My sinuses are still bothering me, but
Really?
they are. I'm a lot better than when I was, though.
I often took walks along New York City's East River
Right?
on early summer mornings.
Okay.
Every day I'd see the same older man sitting on the same bench, gazing wistfully out into the water. One morning I decided to talk to him. So I walked up and I said, "Hello. I don't mean to bother you, but I see you here every day." "Is that right?" he said. "I was curious why you sit on this same bench."
Yeah, every day.
So he turned away with a deep sigh, and this is what he said. "My wife and I used to sit on this bench together for 51 years.
Whoa.
Oh, I
Every
said,
day?
I said, "I'm sorry." He thought his wife was dead. And for some reason, she likes to sit over there now. And wants- 20 feet away, she's sitting on another bench. He thought she was dead.
That's what anybody would have thought.
My sister-in-law has 2 daughters, one from a previous marriage and
Right.
one with my brother. One day she took the girls, aged 3 and 1,
Oh.
to a church banquet. There, a woman stopped the 2 girls and asked the older one, "Is this your half-sister?" Which she would be,
Yeah.
previous marriage.
Oh, yeah.
And the 3-year-old said, "Oh no, she's all there. She's all there. She's just little. She's not a half-sister."
That's pretty good.
Okay, this is Chip Layton. He's the host of the TikTok series, The Layton Show.
Okay.
And he asks parents to share head-scratching questions their college freshmen ask them. So this would be a 23 or 24-year-old kid.
Yeah, this would be good, I'm sure.
Listen to these questions they came home with.
Oh God.
What's Grandma's actual name? Do you know we have a woman in our church? She's Spanish descent. She doesn't look Spanish, she looks American. But you can't understand a word she says. But her Spanish name that she goes by is Abuela.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what Abuela means?
I do not.
Grandmother in Spanish.
No way.
They're calling her
Oh,
grandmother.
that is right. That is right.
They're calling her grandmother. So
Yeah.
this is the next question. Can I use a bathroom on an airplane?
No.
How often is annual?
Do what?
How often is annual? Do we live above sea level or below sea level? How do I know when water is boiling?
Good Lord.
Pork chops are part of a chicken, right? Which one makes noise, lightning or thunder?
Who's saying these things?
These are 23 or 24-year-old
idiots.
kids, freshmen
Wow.
coming home from college.
Yeah, those last few you'd think were little kids asking those things.
Do we have a billing address? Do I have Medicare? Listen to this one. What time is noon?
Good
Can you
Lord.
believe how silly that is?
That's pitiful. What school are they going to? That last one, dang.
What parents would own up to a kid like that?
Wow.
George Burns said this.
He was funny.
Don't stay in bed unless you can make money here there.
That's right. That sounds like something he would have said.
A peacock that rests on his feathers is just another turkey.
Ooh.
Dolly Parton said that.
Well, go Dolly. I like that one.
Dolly Parton is
Dolly Parton is a national treasure.
she is.
She is.
James Edward Humble gave me a book, 1991 Dodgers. In that book, I read the whole thing. It's a big book. It's thick and it's big.
Yeah.
It's hardback, but it says that, I don't know if you remember their manager or not.
Who?
Walter Olson was the manager for many years, but
The Dodgers.
I'm trying to think of the Dodger manager that they made this statement about.
Oh.
There's
The only one I remember really, that was this kid, is Tommy Lasorda.
Okay, that's who it was.
Oh, well, heck yeah.
Tommy Lasorda this statement was made by a commentator. Tommy
Okay.
Lasorda should be the baseball goodwill ambassador. But they don't have a goodwill ambassador. But he said that Tommy Lasorda should be qualified.
Wow. Well, that says a lot about him.
Okay. Thanks to reruns, my kids discovered the old Ozzie and Harriet TV shows. My 11-year-old son was especially taken with Ricky Nelson. He wanted a guitar like his, and he wanted to hunt down some of his old recordings. After a long search, he came home and announced, I couldn't find any Ricky Nelson albums, so I got some made by his brother.
What?
David, I asked. No, Willie. Willie Nelson, his brother.
That's pretty
In
good.
4th grade,
Oh,
my son
wow.
had a huge crush on a classmate. So on Valentine's Day, he bought her a box of chocolate candy
Chocolate.
and took it to school. When I returned home from work, I found him on the couch eating the same box of candy. What happened, I asked. Well, I thought about it for a long time, he said, and I decided that for now I like candy more than girls.
Oh, yeah, that's good. One more.
One more. At the company water cooler, I bragged about my children's world travels.
Right.
One son was teaching in Bolivia, another
Okay.
was working in southern Italy, and my daughter was completing a research project in India.
Dang, they really were then.
One co-worker's quip, however, stopped me short. What is it about you that makes your kids want to get so far away? So you
That's
have to
pretty
let
good.
that ride, buddy.
Yeah, you really would. Well, if there's one more you want to tell, you can.
I've got one more.
Okay, we do one more.
I love making clothes for my 5-year-old granddaughter. She seems happy to accept them. The other day I asked if she would like me to make her a skirt. Yes, she said, but this time could you make it look like it came from a store? Listen to this one.
Okay, yeah, I'll do
A
one
young
more.
son declared, "When I grow up, I'm going to marry you, Mommy."
Yeah.
"You can't marry your own mother," said his older sister. "Then I'll marry you," he replied. "You can't marry me either." He looked confused, and so I explained, "You can't marry someone in your own family." "You mean I have to marry a total stranger?"
Oh man, that might be the best one. Those were good. Dang.
These are good.
They really are. You have to say. You gotta say some of those. We'll do those next week too, because those are
Listen,
good.
I found some of the information I gathered on the town of Pikeville,
Oh.
the way it used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And you said something about me doing that again, but I thought I'd done it.
Well, it's just been a while now. I've said that, yeah, but now y'all talked about it. You and Ethan talked about it last week when he filled in for me. Y'all, there's a segment over. You guys were talking about that.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I got to thinking, it's so different. It's so different.
Yeah, big time. You should do that though.
Back in the 1800s, Billy, there were people that had jobs that millwrights, tailors. We don't
Yeah,
have tailors
I
anymore.
know.
We don't have millwrights anymore. We don't have cabinet makers. We don't have coffin makers.
That's sad.
That's sad. But
That
see,
is.
back then there was a need for it.
Okay.
There is not a need anymore. So I've got all that. It's
Well, that'll be good.
it's deep. It's deep.
Yeah. We'll have to do that some too then, because I think it's been a while since you talked about that
I
stuff.
think it's been over a year.
Oh, yeah, hands down. It's yeah.
Probably.
I'll be
more than
willing to say about 3 years. That's just guessing, but I could be right about that. It's definitely been a minute, that's for sure. So that's not a bad
that. I
idea.
think I'll do that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
I found
And you
it.
get, and people request you to do that a lot too. Over
Well,
the
I'd
years.
say
So
there's a new generation out here listening.
exactly. So listening, watching, and who knows, you might inspire them.
And the thing about it is, I'm not going to be around forever.
Right. Right.
So I would like to get it
You'll make
off
a
my
difference. Yeah.
one more time.
Or 2 or 3. We may do it a few times. Who knows? But that is a good idea. I like that idea.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Papa, that's it for this edition, because that's all you Albertology and jokes. So that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy
There
Show.
you go.
But tune in next time for another all new episode of the Albert and Billy Show. We'll be back next week. So until then, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys next time. So long, folks.
See you later.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.